Hello, welcome back. Today we've got another £200 worth of 10p's we're hunting through. We're after those tricky little alphabet 10p's. We want some 2019 dated ones. We've never filled a 2019 book. We have though got A, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L and M, N, O, R, T, U, V and X. So still 7 to go to finish the first 2019 book. 2018, this is our second book. We started the second one because the 2019s are so hard to find, and we're 2 off of completing this one. We need the letter H for Houses of Parliament and T for the drink tea. So let's get into these bags and see what we find. Okay then, so whilst the coin hunt is ongoing, we're going to be looking at some of the comments that I've saved to be responded to on my videos. But before we get into that, my channel has recently hit 75,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mind-boggling, mind-bending. I am... every time I hit one of these milestones, because for context, I don't like to focus on subscriber count. It's always been my advice to everyone else that have started their own coin YouTube channels and have asked for a bit of advice. My number one is don't get invested in your subscriber count. It's a sign that things are going well, but if you are constantly checking it, it's not going to be good for your peace of mind, because every now and again the YouTube algorithm doesn't shine on us, and then if you tie your own self-worth into that growth and that whatever, it can be really upsetting when something doesn't go as well as you was hoping it was. So if I'm getting close to a milestone, then I start paying attention, and getting close to 75,000 I certainly was paying attention. So I was overjoyed the morning I woke up, because I went to bed with I think 1 or 2 subscribers to go, woke up in the morning and I'd passed the 75,000 subscriber mark. So it was very, very cool. And as I keep saying, when I first started, I thought I was lucky to get to 100. To get to 1,000 was absolutely amazing, and the constant continual growth of my channel has been amazing. I'd never thought that 75,000 would be achievable, but here we are, we've got there. So a big thank you to everyone that has subscribed and supported my channel, whether you're a new subscriber or one of my longer term subscribers. Thank you very much. So that being said, comments on videos. High Path says each 50p drop sounded different. You need 8 or 14 for a full octave. Yes, yeah, so they are the tinny 50p's, the ones that sound different, the 2019 dated ones. And I have XRF one at work, the Britannia Coin Company. In the one that I've checked, there was 5% more copper than the standard circulating 50p. So I really need to put a bit more work into this and have a deeper dive into why they're so prevalent, because it's also the inconsistency in the sound of them. Some will sound very, very wrong, and some will just sound slightly wrong, and sometimes it's hard to tell, is that just my ears playing tricks? Is that just the way it fell sounding a bit weird, how much of the coin makes contact when you drop it? But yes, the odd sounding ones are quite intriguing. I've got a whole bag of the stupid things at the moment. Muddy MRT says, "Hi Christopher, a colleague at work has found a 1997 Britannia 50p. He claims it's worth £3,000. Is this true?" No, not at all. In fact, it's probably I think it has to be the most common 50p that I find in a 50p coin hunt. The 1997 was the first year after they resized the 50p, so they shrunk it down to the size of 50p we use today. And it's always a case that whenever there is a new denomination, a new change in the design, a new sized one, they obviously have to mint a whole load more than usual to replace and have enough in circulation to fill the gap that's been created by replacing it. So yes, incredibly high minted, not worth that. You might see some listed on eBay for stupid money, but that's listed by stupid people that aren't going to get that kind of money for it. Daniel King says, "Hi Christopher, I just found in my coin jar a 1986 £2 coin, one with the Scottish thistle on it. Just wondering if you know anything about it. A little price for not that it's good. A little price for it, not that it's going anywhere apart from back in the pot." Understood. Slight punctuation confusion there, but so that is an old £2 coin. There used to be a larger single metal £2 coin. That was the first one, I believe, the Commonwealth Games. There was quite a lot of them minted. A lot of them are still kicking about, despite the fact that obviously we don't use that that style of £2 coin in circulation. If you need to buy one, maybe £1 or £2 above its face value. You're not going to have to retire on having found one, but I think they're cool coins, lovely designs. JCFC69 says, hello Christopher, I got a 2022 King Charles coin today. Has that gone into circulation, and if so, why do you not have a space for it in your book? Thanks, Jason. An interesting question. You have found it in circulation because yes, it has been put out into circulation. There's going to be up to 9.6 million of them minted, because obviously the Queen passed away at the age of 96, and that is the memorial 50p. So yes, if they mint the full quota, that's going to become a very common coin you'll see plenty of. I do have a space for it in my book, but I don't have a little ticket for it. So I have a little square that says Holy Toledo, and that is the gap ready for the memorial 50p to go into the book. But I have actually had a few. I got some in my change when I was last, or the time before at the Royal Mint, just before Christmas. Not the last trip before. When I was at the Royal Mint, I got a whole bunch in change. I only have one left because I gave a whole bunch to my friends and family over Christmas, not as presents, just because they were kind of cool and they hadn't seen them before, and one for one of the lovely people at one of the banks that I use. But yeah, I'm excited to tick off my first one in a coin hunt. Paul Hoskins says, how did that corroded 50p get into the bag in the first place? Don't they check it at the bank? No. So especially if I've got sealed bags that are in those big sealed bags, they haven't been looked at by the people in the bank. They have come into the bank and have been shipped straight back out to me. So the people at the bank haven't handled it. I guess it was sometimes the corroded, dirty ones, beaten up ones. They're not. I don't know how the cash sensors work. I assume that it's all done on big machines that check coins, and if it's within a tolerance, then it gets put back out into circulation somehow. So that must have been a borderline one that just about made it into circulation. But no, vast majority of the coins don't get checked at the bank. Richard Kerr says, you need a new towel, Christopher. But yeah, so there is a big circular mark that's forming on the towel. The problem is I quite like having a bright towel. I think it brings a little bit more light into the video. The downside is the brighter the towel, the quicker and the dirtier that towel gets. It's a case that I've got 4 rotations I can use of this towel. I can't turn it upside down because obviously the wear that you can see will start wearing through to the other side. The problem is my desk gets cluttered with things. It's great putting a new towel on because I have it clear off my desk. Everything that's built up gets put away where it needs to live. But over the time, I can't remember when it was I changed the towel last, all this junk has just accumulated, so it means having to move all this junk, find places for it to go and live, and it's just I can't be bothered. It's quite frankly. So yes, I'll get a few more rotations out of it before I retire this towel and start with a new one. Because again, lots of people say, why don't you just put it through the washing machine? The problem is it's worn. It's not just dirt. It's not just the dirt from the coins. The threads are pulled and it wears away. So even if I put it through the washing machine, it's still going to have an area of use on it. So yes. Anyway, Adam's Channel of All Sorts. That's a cool name. I like that. It says, hi Christopher, have you managed to find a new King Charles III coin in circulation yet? I found one in my change yesterday. I couldn't believe my luck finding it so soon after the coin being released. So yes, I am yet to find one in my coin hunt, but you've also got to factor in I am quite a few weeks ahead in my coin hunting as well. In fact, I think this is the most ahead I've been in the last 12 to 18 months. I've got quite a backlog of footage which I've built up. There was a time where I was having a bit of a break from doing coin hunts as regularly, and I burnt through my backlog, and I've got back up to date again, and I've got lots in the pipeline. So even if I was to find one in the coins I hunt next week, you probably won't see that for 2, 3, 4 weeks. So fingers crossed one turns up soon, because I'm really excited to find my first one in a hunt, despite the fact that I've already handled them and had them. Mersey Rail and Beyond says, what is book 6? So this is one of my £2 coin hunts. It's titled This Is Terrible, £500 £2 coin hunt, number 11, book 6 in brackets. So the book 6 it's almost like seasons, I guess. So this is I'm working on the 6th book of my £2 coins. I've completed 5 previous books, I think 1, maybe even 2 for a live stream as well. And the book we're working on that video series now is the 6th installment, the 6th book from scratch to full. I hope that makes sense. Mike Trenier Kernau, I think, apologies if I mispronounced that, says, lol, fancy moaning about a coin collector collecting coins. So yes, this was in my last whole coin collection up. Yeah, 4 years of Christopher Collects. So that was last year's whole collection update, which I do need to get my legs shaking a little bit and get sorted for the next one, because we're getting very close to the, I think it's only a week away. What day are we on now? Yeah, so it's a week today will be the 5th anniversary of the first coin video that I uploaded. So that's very, very exciting if you ask me. But yeah, whenever we look through the mass of circulated coins which I have accumulated and collected over the now almost 5 years, I always prefix that with a bit of a statement that if you're going to get jealous, if you're going to get frustrated that I, a coin collector, have kept and collected coins, now is the time to switch off. It seems like these people have no problem with me keeping 37 10 centimes from 1982 or whatever year it happens to be, but the circulated UK coins, that's when they get really grumpy that I've kept them all, and it's just a bit frustrating because it's always the case, you're the full reason I can't find coins in circulation, when you look at the wider amount of that were minted. Even if I had 1,000 of a coin, that's still fractions of a percentage of those that are out in circulation. So I don't think I personally, individually, as a collector, am ever going to have a massive impact or any impact on the amount of coins that are out in circulation of any particular design, year, whatever it happens to be. Even the penny from the year 2000, once I've hit my targeted goal of 75, was it 75? 65,500, can't remember now. Even that is going to be fractions of a percentage of the amount that are in circulation. So with that being said though, let's get back to the coins. Well, there we go, results from today. Very good, to be fair. 2 from Jersey, 1 from the Isle of Man, a Croatian one. This one I thought was quite cool just because the different colours on it, sort of an oil slicky coloury finish, which I think was quite pretty, which I'll add to my oddities. But star finds for me are these cud errors. They've got little bits of extra metal they shouldn't be. This one down at the bottom just before the sort of 6 o'clock position, and this one about the 3 o'clock position. Very, very cool. I don't think it adds a humongous amount of value, but I do quite like them, and I have quite a few in my collection already. But let me know in the comments what your favourite coin from today's video is. Even though it wasn't an alphabet of 10p, it still seems like a great victory if you ask me. So links are in the description as usual to my coin collecting Discord server if you want to come over and join that. There's also links to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, the PO box address you can write into, and of course the Britannia Coin Company, who I work for, making videos for them as my day job, so please do check that channel out as well. All it leaves me to do now though is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye!